given her ultimate demise, I don't think she can ever gain a certain amount of like complete self-awareness and holism. I think I would like for her to get really close, and I think to a point where, but you know, again, it's like, and maybe she does. Who knows? Maybe she does.
Does playing Norma mess with your head?
No, I'm not that variety. No, I'm a pretty, you know, I'm pretty solid. And no, I mean, I do get exhausted in that way. Of course you do. It's a rigorous role, and it's emotional, and I'm pretty winded at the end of the day. And like I said, it's like my priority, the biggest role in my life is a real life mother to my toddler. So in that way, no, but not like on a psychotic, not in terms of mental health. No.
Like you don't go home and stare him down or anything. So.
Is it also part?
No, but it works the opposite though. They deepen my work. You know, I see how my sensibilities, how my decisions shape the children. My love for them, I'm ruled in good ways and bad, and I don't know if my theories are going to be correct until 20 years from now. But the compassion I have for Norma, though, I think it's deepened my work. The love I have for my children, and knowing that how do I fix them in ways that I see that I perhaps have contributed to, as a parent. You know, I'm not making a farce here. You know, I really do need to root for her. I need to present a case for her, for you, and because then that would be so. That's what's so wonderful about the viewer. Then to root for these characters, even though you know their demise, and in that, I think it's like watching the best court cases. It's like watching the defense lawyer. I think that also, I think my research, Jeffrey Dahmer's dad wrote a book in which he talks about the anguish a parent feels in confronting the evil in their children. And there's so many testimonies online. You do that. You listen to these testimonies and how frazzled the parents are because you cannot hear, you cannot utter those words. My child has mental illness or mental dysfunction without your spirit just collapsing and imploding. And on top of this scenario is Norma's a single mother, and she comes with her own dysfunction. You know, her own instability and a lifetime of pain and anger, guilt, regret. And her way is just kind of zipping it up, is damming it, sandpacking that dam. And, you know, that's why you get these blowouts, because, you know, these little fissures here and there, and it just all of a sudden there's my husband and I had met in Vancouver, and I literally called out to the universe. I said, man, Ren, I wish they would just offer me a series that shoots in Vancouver, because we have romantic associations, and it's such a beautiful place to live. I'm sure 3 days later, this came knocking on my door, and I was skeptical. I was really skeptical of that interdependence to the original. Just like it can go, there's so many ways that can go horribly wrong. But it was very clear from the first 3 pages that the complexity of this female characterization, and I just knew that you thank them very much, Carlton and Carrie, and you take it.